So we had an impromptu team call. We had an impromptu team call earlier this week, which was super exciting, but now we're doing the official Real Deal Holyfield team call. And I've got something that I want to talk about, compliance, but it's not as exciting as some of the other team calls. This is the rules and the regulations, falling in line with the presenter agreement, the things that you're supposed to be doing, or instead of the things that you're supposed to be doing, it's more like the 10 commandments of like things that you should not be doing. You know, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. It's kind of what I created so that you guys can have at least a general idea of some of the reasons why you might get reported to compliance. And what happens is, I'm going to go through this list. Compliance doesn't know that you're violating compliance until another presenter reports you. So I want you to just know that if you get an email from compliance, it's because somebody's reported you. Now, I personally don't report people. If I see that someone is like doing something against compliance, I message them and I say, hey, babe, this is against compliance. I just want to let you know because I don't want you to get reported. That's how I look out for people. But I'll tell you, there was 1 month that I got reported to compliance 5 times. In 1 month. I thought for sure I was going to be kicked out of Younique, but I wasn't. And what I learned is compliance is essentially just getting like a slap on the wrist, unless you are a consistent violator or unless you flagrantly violate some of these policies. They're just going to say, hey, don't do that anymore. Hey, remove that post. This isn't in compliance. They're going to give you some warnings, even if you do get reported. And somewhere inside of my mind, I'm like, you're not working hard enough until you get reported to compliance. You know what I mean? Like, you're not pushing the borders hard enough until you get reported. You're not trying hard enough. But I want you guys to know what the rules are so that you can try and protect yourself. Because when I hit purple status, when you hit any status, compliance reviews you. They review all of your orders. They review all of your social media posts to make sure that you're not in direct violation. And it's not as stringent in the earlier promotions, but once you hit elite and above, compliance really starts to take notice. And that's like when I started to get the most reports or the most violation emails was when I was green status. I never had a violation when I was less than green status. So it's something to think about, but I just want you guys to know what the rules are so that as a team, we can do right by this business, right? We don't want to, I mean, if you don't care about the rules, that's one thing, but I think that most of the women on this team are working their businesses really hard and they want to do it the right way and be in line with our values of uplift, empower, and validate and be women of integrity. So that's why I want to share this with you guys. I've got a list of 1, 2, 3, 30, of 15 compliance things that you should know about in your business, okay? The first one is that you are not allowed to sell your items on any public forum. You're not allowed to sell on Craigslist. You're not allowed to sell on eBay. You're not allowed to sell on Wish. You are not allowed to sell anything in a public classified forum of any type. What you are allowed to do in the classifieds is post about the opportunity. So you could make Craigslist ads or newspaper ads or any kind of ads that promote the business. So like the kit or anything like that. But you cannot say, buy this month's kudos in the Craigslist like classifieds or anything like that. You're not allowed to sell makeup on eBay or Etsy or any other kind of online or public forum, okay? It's saved for your personal profile, your business page, or your VIP group. That's what makes it a direct sales company, I guess, in their mind. So just know that you're not allowed to do it on any of those other places. You are not allowed to give anyone gifts in order to get them to sign up. So you can't say, hey, if you get the presenter's kit, I'll give you this coach wristlet. You're not allowed to incentivize as recruiting. It's just against compliance. I don't know. I think it's fine that it is that way, but I just want you to know you're not allowed to give any kind of gifts. Hey, you buy the kit, I'll give you this splash. Hey, you buy the kit, I'll give you these glasses. Nothing. Okay, you are not allowed to use your purple card as a form of recruiting. You're not allowed to say with a picture of your purple card, this purple card bought me this coffee, and have it in the picture. Even if you blank out the credit card number, you are not allowed to post your purple card as a form of marketing. You're not allowed to use any kind of reference to that. Well, you could say thank you purple card, but you can't take a picture of your purple card as a form of marketing. Okay. You're not allowed to make any kind of income claims. So you're not allowed to say my bonus this month was $2,000. You too can get a bonus like this, right? Because as we all know, individual results may vary, just like every diet on the planet makes that like disclaimer. Individual results may vary. Your hard work is going to change your results and all this other kind of stuff. We are not allowed to make individual income claims. What I can do is say something like, last month my team earned ... amount of commissions, right? So I'm not giving it to one person. I'm saying an overall volume of commissions, and that is allowed. But you're not allowed to use your personal income as a recruiting tool. Does that one make sense? So I could say overall our team made this much money last month, but I can't say I made and post my actual like breakdown in my back office of what my royalties look like. You are not allowed to buy from other presenters on their websites. You can buy from them through PayPal. You can buy from them through PayQuicker. Like just say, like for instance, Kate has a palette 6, but Tina doesn't, and Tina needs one for her customer. Tina can buy from Kate, get that through PayPal or PayQuicker, and then that way she's serving her customer. However, if Kate is going, sorry, Kate, I know you're new and I'm already picking
No,
up.
you're fine.
If Kate's like promoting to Pink and she's only like 3 orders away, Tina can't go to Kate's website and order on Kate's website because that's called bonus buying. And they will 100% audit that because your address, your credit card, everything is linked to your account. So they're going to know the second you use any of that stuff on Kate's website. Okay, so it's called bonus buying. I know a lot of Y sisters, even outside of us, you see another Y sister that you love, that you follow, that you've been, you know, cheering for a while, and they're like just a certain amount away, and you're like, let me just throw them in order. You cannot do that. Okay, it's called bonus buying. You can order products from another presenter, but you cannot purchase from their website. Okay. You are not allowed to sell in salons or any other kind of brick and mortar facility. So if my friend Jessica is a hairstylist and she wants all of her clients to know that she sells Younique, she can have a sign up that says I sell Younique or Younique available or whatever, but she cannot have stacks and stacks of product at that place. They have to have a resource to be able to order it from another area. The only time that it's allowed that you're in a brick and mortar facility is if it's a limited time agreement. So if it were like a holiday bazaar and at the mall or something, you could do it like that. Or even if a salon did a ladies night in and they just had a bunch of vendors, if it was under a limited agreement, then you could be there as a vendor, but you cannot set up shop in a brick and mortar place permanently. Okay, so we have to be kind of like vagabonds with our products and move around from place to place to place. Another one of the things is that you're not allowed to give any deals publicly. You're not allowed to say everything on my website is 20% off. You're not allowed to say if you buy from me right now, you're going to get a $15 credit or anything like that, unless you're referring to what they would get if they hosted a party. You cannot give any public sales on your main wall. So you can't say $5 off to everybody that purchases from me right now. Good night, baby. Love you. Love you too. There's no public selling allowed. No discount public selling allowed. Everything has to be listed at retail or with the caveat, message me for pricing info. I've been getting really good at this wink thing. I give it to all my customers. Message me for pricing info. That one was good. That one was good. Okay. Listen, I've got lazy eyes. They don't do what I want them to do. They roll a lot. Okay. You are not allowed to do any kind of public giveaways. Now, this is a tricky one because I know a lot of us like to do giveaways, me too, me included, okay? You are not allowed to do any kind of public raffles. You're not like that. I know we did it. Hopefully you did it in your VIP group. I'm not sure, but remember it was like 1 to 100, $3 a square. That's not allowed on your main page. That's only allowed in your VIP group. If you do any kind of giveaways or any kind of raffles, everyone must be able to receive something in value of what they spent. Otherwise, it's considered a lottery, and lotteries are illegal. Okay, so if you charge $3 a box, then everybody that buys a box should get $3 minimum Ycash to spend on their order. You cannot take if it's 100 boxes and everybody pays $3, that's a $300 shopping spree for one person. But technically, everyone else, those 99 other people, should all get something of value for $3. You are not allowed to raffle off anything. Does that make sense? Okay, you can only give what's in value. So what the value is that they invested. Okay. And also, like I said, you're not allowed to say everything is 20% off or I'm giving everybody 50% off or whatever. You're not allowed to publicly sell anything on discount from retail. No selling or recruiting in markets that we're not in. So Younique is in a lot of markets. We're in, I think it's 13 countries or something like that. You are not allowed to recruit people under like any other like names or addresses that live in other countries. So if we're not in, let's just say we're not in Colombia right now, the country Colombia, you can't recruit anybody. You can't even sell to anybody in that country, right? So we only ship, we only recruit in countries that we have been approved to do business in. Oh, there's a lot of rules. Okay. One unique account per household. So you cannot buy a kit and then buy a kit for your husband. That is a violation of compliance. I know it's a good deal. I know you're like, if I get a kit and then you get a kit, then I can sell all your stuff and I can get all the goodies. Technically, one unique account per household. That includes if you have a daughter who's 18 and you want to sign her up on your team. It's no bueno. She has to have another address that she can have her as her listed address, maybe her dad's house or her job or something. You cannot have two unique presenters residing in the same household. Okay. You are not allowed, once you become elite status or above, to work in any other direct sales companies. So I know a lot of girls on this team like direct sales and they're in a couple of other things, you know, like whatever it might be, the Posh or whatever. But once you hit green status, Younique's rule is you are considered elite. We want all of your focus. We want all of your attention. You cannot work in any other direct sales company. That's it. Before that, You are allowed to work in another direct sales company as long as their products aren't directly competing. So example of companies that aren't directly competing: Pampered Chef, Party Light, Tupperware, CBD oil, like anything that's not what Younique sells, you can have another account. If it's anything even remotely close to what we do, such as Arbonne, Mary Kay, Avon, what's the other skincare company? Rodan and Fields. Like any of those, you are not allowed to be a distributor for any of those because they are competing products. All right, so that's another one of the rules. Anyone that you sign has to be 18 years old. I feel like that's an easy one. I wrote it down. We're going to keep moving. No poaching. Okay, so let's say this happened a little while ago, but let's just say Limelight goes out of business. You cannot start going to Limelight customers, Limelight presenters' lives and start saying, shop from me, buy from me. You can't start spamming your link on other companies, other makeup companies' sites, whatever it is. It's just tacky, for one. 2, it's unethical. 3, we don't want to be associated with that. We're not that desperate that we got to hit up other like famous people's. Like if you see like a makeup artist that's super famous and then you're like, buy from me, and posting your link in the comments everywhere, that's just spammy and tacky, and it's totally against what we stand for. And I want you to have a little more integrity than that. We're not desperate. We can get our customers without having to be super spammy. And I know you've seen some of those posts. The most annoying ones are like the fake Ellens or the fake Dr. Phil's, and they're like, click this link to get the prize, whatever. It's just tacky. Don't do it. And it's against compliance because it's considered.
All right, I'll get you another one.
And spamming in order to putting your stuff on everyone's up in everyone's business. And while we're talking about like that scam thing that I was just talking about, the Ellen thing, you may eventually at some point in your Younique career get an odd email through your Younique website of a lady that's blind and her daughter's getting married and wants to get like $800 in products. 100% scam. Okay, don't be that girl. Do not order all that product for her. She is a liar. Okay, so if you ever get an email through your Younique website and she's blind and she wants $300 worth of product and she only wants to send you a cashier's check or something like that, run away. Don't even give 5 seconds to that. Okay, and we're going. I still got some stamina. We got a few more things. You are not allowed to make product claims unless you're certain. Things like, this is one of the number one false product claims. We are not cruelty free. We are animal friendly. So make sure that you're not advertising our products as cruelty free because that is incorrect and against compliance. Okay. So the difference between cruelty free and animal friendly means that all of Younique's facilities are animal friendly. We don't do any kind of testing, we don't use any animal things in our facilities. However, we get things to use in our manufacturing plants, and we haven't confirmed that those people that we got these materials from are also cruelty-free or animal-friendly. So that's why we're not cruelty-free. And I want you to understand that because I know a lot of graphics out there say cruelty-free and they're not correct. And I don't want you to be that presenter that's perpetuating this idea that we're trying to pretend to be something that we're not. Another thing you can't do, like hypoallergenic. Most of our products, some of our products are hypoallergenic, but not all of them are. An example, well, first of all, hypoallergenic means that it's got such a low amount of things that would be considered an allergen to the average person. Allergens include things like carcinogens, talc, fragrance, some even animal products could be considered an allergen. So you want to be very careful as a prime example, our Liquid Touch foundation is not hypoallergenic because it includes talc and fragrance. So we want to be mindful of saying things like we're hypoallergenic because we have a few products that are hypoallergenic, but not all of them, okay? You are not allowed to do any name brand comparisons. You're not allowed to say this is Maybelline and this is Unique. You're allowed to say this is brand X, this is pharmacy brand, this is drugstore brand, this is Ulta brand. You're not allowed to say Too Faced and Unique, okay? We're not allowed to do side-by-side name brand comparisons. Okay. I think that's it. Now the homework is that some of these things, I know some of you are like, ooh, I did that. Ooh, I did that. The homework is to do an audit. I'd like you to go back to your Facebook page. I'd like you to go back to your VIP groups. I want you to just make sure that you're in compliance. Do a Facebook audit. And while you're doing your Facebook audit, spruce it up a little bit. Write a little bit more in your bio. Add your status if you can. Make sure it says that you're with Unique. Update your special photos, which remind me of MySpace, by the way. Remember in MySpace when you could have like just a couple of photos that would show up and just a couple of friends? Now we've got this space where we can have like 9 photos that are just our featured photos. It totally reminds me of MySpace. They stole that one. But update those to something, you know, beautiful and catchy. You want your Facebook page to feel like your storefront. When people show up, when they click on your name, who is this, you know, Rachel girl? That's your first impression. You want it to be your storefront. You want it to be appealing. You want it to say something about you. You know, like, do you love cats? Are you also a yogi? Do you cook? Like, you want it to reflect who you are. So just give your Facebook page a quick audit. Make sure it says that you're with Unique. Make sure that your pictures are something beautiful. Make sure that your profile picture is a beautiful picture of yourself, because all of you are beautiful. Your background picture can be a picture of your family or an inspirational quote, but just spruce it up while you're checking for compliance. It never hurts to make everything look a little fresh and pretty. All right, there is likely some questions to this bad boy because that's a lot. It's a lot of rules. And I know most of you just clicked through the user agreement to sign up. You didn't actually read that monster of a presenter agreement. So let's talk questions now.
Marie?
Yes.
So I am part of several other direct sale companies just for the discount. Like, I don't actively sell it. That's okay, right?
Yeah, that's okay as long as you're not actively selling it.
Okay.
But you can't have one post that's like, what? Because Holly's elite. That's why she's asking. You can't have one post that's like, buy this It Works shake, and then on the next post, like, buy this mascara.
Yeah, I don't even post about the stuff that I belong to.
Yeah,
I just belonged because friends needed help and I used the products. So, okay, sure, I'll sign up.
You've always been a direct sales lover and cheerleader.
I am. I love them all.
Yeah,
okay,
so
just wanted to make sure it's okay to belong.
You can be a member as long as you're not advocating for them, as long as you don't do a sales anything, or then that's fine if you're just doing it for the discount.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions?
And I have to go take down, do I have to go take down all my purple card pictures? I haven't done any in a long time, but I've done those in the past.
I've done them before too, but I've got reported for them as well.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I wanted to let you guys know, because I got reported twice.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
And it's really important for you to know who's reporting you. So you want to be careful about adding all these Y sisters unless you actually know them.
Yeah, I don't.
You just want to make sure that you're not adding every Y sister that you know. One, that's a poor use of your friends list.
Uh-huh.
You only get 5,000. You don't want to have a bunch of other presenters. That's not your target market. But two, crabs in a bucket philosophy. They're not succeeding in their business, and then they see you succeeding in your business, and the first thing they're going to do is go run to mom and dad and tell on you. All right, so just protect yourself and be very mindful of who you're adding into your circle, because nobody likes a tattletale.
So the other day when I let everybody know that I'm no longer selling Posh.
Nope,
Like,
that was totally fine. You were just offload. You were giving away half of that stuff.
I literally, I did. I took a loss, definitely. It was just a matter of
making room for all your new makeup
and letting them know that, you know, don't worry about this stuff. Now contact me for this stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That was fine.
So I have a question also. I've heard, like, through the grapevine, when you do at the end of the month and you go live with someone else, is that against compliance as well? Because your friends are now able to see that somebody on your team is running for a promotion, and now people that you've actually built a relationship with are using that relationship and going to go and purchase off her site in order to get her to hit. Now, isn't that the same concept of,
bonus buying?
Phishing, basically?
Or bonus buying, kind of like a thing. It's
so how is that not against compliance?
Well, some of it is against compliance, and that's a great question, April, because some of it is. As the purple status, as the exclusive purple status, that doesn't get old. Oh, that doesn't get old. Hold
not
on.
That I don't want you to do the same for me when I get close. You know, I'm not saying I don't want you to do it when I get close, but
this is the difference. When, as your leader, I cannot go live on my wall and add you in as my guest and post your link in my comments. What we can do is go live from your page, and then I'm the guest, and then it's your market, it's your people. Yes, you can tag me in it just like you tag me in anything else, but I cannot post your link. I cannot tell people, I can say, hey, help my girl out, stuff like that, but I cannot directly give people your link. And that's the difference. One is tapping into your market from a team effort. The other one is letting you tap into my market, and that is not allowed with compliance.
Well, that's what I mean. So, your friends are going to start live with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then if your friends tap on her link and order, they don't consider that phishing because you're taking...
No. No, because it's really hard to say whose customer is whose when lots of customers buy from lots of presenters. That train of paper trail is really hard to follow, and they would have to have total MacGyvers out there, PIs, Magnum PIs, trying to figure out who bought from who before and who was whose first customer. The only thing that they say is that I'm not allowed to go live from my main wall with you and post your link in my description. I can go live on your page with you and your link because it's yours, but it's not allowed to be the other way around.
That also brings up what I was telling you with the watch parties. I'm seeing a lot of black status going to watch parties, and their watch parties of their yellows going live, so that their whole audience is saying, let me help this girl who's on top that I follow and that I love. Let me help her get her girls where she needs to be. I'll order off her link from a watch party.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if that's in compliance or not, or if it even works. Or
at this point, we're not sure, because I did a watch party with you.
I know.
I didn't post your link. I didn't add anything about buying from you in the comments. I just said, look at my girl. Isn't she amazing? And I just let it be from that. And I think that because I didn't say buy from her, or because I didn't do a call to action for that, I think that at that point it's fine. It's no different than if I was giving you a shout out for hitting pink status or whatever. I don't think that's okay. As long as I didn't create a call to action to my following, I think that that's the safe zone.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Lots
mean,
of leaders
I
are
don't
doing
even know
watch
if it
parties
works.
all the time. I mean, we could always email support and ask them. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. And watch parties are new, and maybe
Yeah.
that's why there's no compliance things in place, is because that's why they keep putting out these new editions of the presenter agreement, because our business is always evolving and the features are always evolving, and there was a time when watch parties weren't a thing. So maybe it's just a whole new territory that hasn't even been addressed yet.
What exactly is the point of a watch party?
I've only done one, and it was for April, so I don't know what
It's basically,
watch parties.
I don't know.
Did you chime in?
basically you can share your live video when you're not live, and you can invite everyone in your friends list to see it. So they'll get a
So it's just a
notification that
rewatch
you're
of what
holding
you've
a
already
watch
done.
party.
It's a rewatch of what you've already done.
Yeah, and then you can actually reply to their comments after
Well,
the fact.
And that was exactly what I did. I felt like when I did the watch party, I had to actually watch it. Like, you can't just put it on, like, play, like when you do your kids, like, go watch this movie, go sit over there, and I'm going to go over here and do something else. I felt like when I did the watch party, I actually had to watch it and comment and interact, because
So you interact while it's going on?
yeah,
You
and
can,
I would,
yeah. Yeah, you can.
That's odd to me.
yeah, so it's like if you were watching a movie and you were like commentating on it, and I would say things like, "Oh, I love that," or "That's amazing," and there were other people that were talking because it's my network. They were watching it with me. So
Weird.
You also
required
have the
my
option
time.
that you can like shrink it down on your phone and it'll play in the background. And then if somebody comments, a notification will go up so you know, so you can make it big again and comment on it.
So you're commenting on your own video.
Or
Yeah.
anybody
Online.
else's. Like I
Or
share.
anyone else's that's in a watch party.
Weird.
Well, I mean, if Cheryl did a video, you could make her video a watch party, and then
Yep.
and then you could go in and like let all your friends watch your sister like do her first thing. Watch my sister do her like second live ever, because you know she's only been in for a year and it's about damn time.
I'm so gonna tell her you said that.
She knows I love her.
Yeah.
Hey, Marie,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, Tina.
So what if somebody's doing a virtual party and they use that as a link, obviously to buy product? Are they able to do that on their wall?
Yeah, if they're like the share squad or they're doing their own party, they can. If they're not a unique presenter, they can share your link all they
Okay.
want, every day, all day, 100 times a day, if that feels good to them.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, there's no limit on that. Sharing is caring.
Okay.
And to create a watch party, all you have to do is save the video that you want to use. So
Yeah.
I could go in and save Marie's videos and then throw a watch party using her videos.
That's
which
awesome.
you know, but you know, you really want to with your own. But if people are using live links, they can go in and do watch parties with your video. If videos from 2 years ago, they could put their, you know what I mean? You could go back and save that video and then add your live link to it. And they could be sharing 15 of your videos a day if they want.
Yeah, and that's actually a great idea, because we've done the share squad, we've done the live links kind of thing, like, and it's usually while we're live, but don't be afraid to take them back to a video that was like really good, where you know that you were showing that flawless say that 5 times fast, flawless 4 like nobody's business. Like, just take them back to that video and say, share this video with your link or whatever, and then create a watch party with it. That's actually a great idea, April.
I like it.
Watch parties for past lives, the ones that were really good.
You're in my memories every single day. One of your videos that I've shared, you literally pop up in my memories every day of you going live, And that was before I joined and after I joined, because I didn't realize that you shouldn't be sharing other presenters' videos now if you're an active presenter. I had no clue about that, you know. So even when I first joined and started, I was still sharing your lives because I was too afraid to go live.
And that was okay for the time, but you've evolved, and now look at you.
So
Look at me now. Look at me now. Okay. The wine's starting to kick in, and so is the dance party.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Does anybody else have any more questions?
who else going to the training in York on Saturday?
Me.
Besides me. And
Rachel?
Rachel and Veronica.
Rachel will
I
be
can't
there.
go. I'm so sad.
Not me.
Sherry will
I'll
be
be in
there.
Orlando.
Sherry and Rachel will be there. Amber, are you going on Saturday? No? Okay. So Sherry and Rachel will be there. So the three of you will be able to connect and sit together.
I'm bringing Veronica.
Okay, perfect. Four of you can sit together.
Oh, I'm so jelly.
Yeah, me too.
I wish I could be there, but don't worry, there's lots of trainings. 2 of them are in June and July, and I'm speaking
Yeah.
at them, so if anybody wants to come to those.
I'm going to the one in June, I think. June 1st?
Yeah, come to the June 1st one, because the July one I'll only be there for like an hour.
There's
Yeah, I
one
can't go to that one either.
June 1st and June 8th, isn't there?
Yeah, that's Jennifer's June 8th. I can't do that when I have a wedding.
Hey,
So the mindset millionaire.
question.
Yes.
Yeah,
How
I'm
do we
working
find
one of those
something going
weekends.
on in
Is this
Texas?
TBS?
Hold on one second.
know.
Leslie has a question. If everyone could just, for 1 second so I can hear her.
How do we find out about trainings going on in your area?
So one of the things you could do is I would maybe try to post about it in the unique presenters only page. Say I'm in Texas. Are there any trainings, local trainings that I can attend in Texas? And there'll be Black status leaders and things like that that might have something. I know the Lash Twins did a training in Houston or San Antonio, like a year ago or something like that. So sometimes the Lash Twins come out there.
I went on to the Eventbrite website, which is
Eventbrite, yeah.
Eventbrite or whatever it's called. I went on there and I actually searched New York City area, and I could not find a training for us. Literally, the closest one I could find was 4 hours away.
And I think that that's important to recognize. Not a lot of big teams do what we do. So we are very lucky to be in the Lash Twins because the Lash Twins love these kind of trainings and they teach their leaders to have their trainings. As a matter of fact, Jennifer just today was like, when are you having your own training? And I was like, slow down. I just hit purple. I'm not ready. But that's exactly what we build. We build these kind of like collective environments. The Lash Twins are really good about morale and trainings, and they always have been. That's one of their specialties. So
I
not
know
a lot of other leaders do that.
Adriana put a post out at one point asking, where would you like to see the next training by Lash Twins?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I threw New York up there like 15 times, so I'm hoping she saw it. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything. But
Yeah.
New York.
So Leslie, I would look in Eventbrite, and I would also post in the presenters only page and ask about it. Are there any local regional trainings in the Texas area?
Okay.
Because Michelle was also waiting on one, and Valentina Ganter lives in Orlando and is now hosting a training in at the end of the month that Michelle Garrettson is going to.
Okay.
Which, as a sidebar,
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a local meetup, sign up kind of website.
All
Does anybody else have any more questions before I say one last thing and we get off of here?
I have one quick question.
Yes, Rachel.
Okay, you know when like we post the leaderboards, and I know you've probably seen it when I'll screenshot and I'll blur everybody else out but me, and be like, oh my gosh, like sounds horrible, but kind of like, oh look what I did, like I'm so proud of myself, blah 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 blah. Is that against compliance?
Not as long as you blur out the actual sales amounts.
Okay.
So you could actually even leave the names. I don't care about the names. The sales amounts is the importance.
Okay.
So you could say, look, I'm number 5 in sales, and everybody's names can be on there. That's fine. That's actually a shout out for them. You just have to blur the actual amounts.
Okay.
So it's okay to post the leaderboards. You just don't want to list the dollar amounts.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to. I will be getting a report. of this.
Because how unbelievable was it the Glam Squad took up so many spaces of the Lash Twins freaking sales board.
That
I was like, it ain't just about me. Look, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Look.
good. That
All
was
right, you
awesome.
guys. That was exciting. Last month was just amazing. Can we just all take a second to think about how amazing last month was? And this month is actually doing well over what last month was, because we went $10,000. We qualified as elite on the 8th of the month, and right now we're at 75%, which means that we could be elite on the 6th or the 7th. We could beat our record, which means we're on a faster pace. There are lots of big things happening. So don't sleep on this month, you guys. I know some of you are tired because last month was hard and last month was a run, but do not sleep on April. It's special. April is one of the special months. May, sleep in May. Let's all sleep in May. Let's agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions before we get off here? I have one more thing I want to say really quick before we get off here.
I do.
Yes.
So I like the monthly giveaways for sharing, but I don't give away unique products, so that's fine, right?
Yes, you can give away anything you want except for unique products for sharing. You're not supposed to give away prizes for buying or signing up. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, the last thing I want to say is that Michelle Garrettson, she's one of our Blue Status presenters. You see her on here every single week, you guys. Her daughter is in labor and delivery, getting ready to have her second grandbaby, but she had a stroke this morning, and there's a lot of like uncertainty around what's happening. So I just, as the Glam Squad, I just want to take a second to like send some good vibes and some love to her and her family right now, because they're moving them to labor and delivery, and she will have her second grandbaby, but her daughter is having some health complications that they could use a little extra love, support, prayers if you're into that, whatever it is. As a tribe, I want to be there for her. So if you know her, send her some love. Like, let her know that we're thinking about her. And if you don't know her, just send out some prayers for good healing in her family right now, because she's been on the team for a long time and they could use it. Okay, you guys? Wow, what a buzzkill I just was at the end of that team call. I'm sorry.
Marie, are you planning on doing something like sending her flowers or a fruit basket or something like that? Because I'd like to PayPal you something if you are.
Well, that would be great. Let's just wait and see how it plays out, because right now, what she was explaining to me, everything was minor. So let's see how everything plays out with the delivery, and then we'll rally together if we need to. But right now, everything's just a big question mark. So let's just pray for uneventful, healthy delivery, healthy mom, healthy everybody. Okay? They could use all of that right now. All right, you guys. You guys are my family. I love you more than the sun, the moon, and the stars. Thank you for all your hard work, and I will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.